Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and I do readings for Pisces. So we're doing the roundup today. I feel that we've had a fairly good week this week, Pisces. It's not without its obstacles, but it's all about, I would say, more realizing how your energies affect you. And knowing is half the battle is pretty much what I keep hearing from them. Knowing that you're going down a patterned way, a way of feeling bad, is kind of the point here. Because then you can start trying to see how you can feel better. Because nobody wants to stay in a state of like this. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, and we also have my attention to it invites it in. And in this case, it's your attention could be inviting in the bad energy. In other words, if I pay attention to how bad I feel, it invites it in. But I like to believe as well that if you pay attention to how you feel and go, why am I feeling this bad? You're going to start looking for reasons. You're going to start looking for solutions, healing, why you're feeling this bad. And also, it's going to bring your attention to maybe a higher vibing energy to let it come in and start changing the color of those thoughts and that energy. So we're going to look at that as a roundup, and I do believe that's what they're saying. If it doesn't feel right, check your energy. Check your energy and see what's up, okay? And I know some of you will probably say, well, if, checking your energy may lead you to think, oh, you're focusing on what's wrong, right? You focus on what's wrong, you bring in more what's wrong. Maybe sometimes you do need to look at what's going on for it not to repeat again. But if you're just having a bad day, you'll know, oh, this is just because I'm having a bit of a tantrum today. I'm being a bit of a brat. I do this. Oh, hell yeah, I do this at this point in my life. And I warn the people around me, I'm being a brat today. I don't want to play by the energetic game. And sometimes it's out of boredom, sometimes it's out of stagnancy, and I just need to get out of it. So I love this. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Yeah. A lot of times if you're talking about personal relationships with people, I find that sometimes you feel this way because you feel that somehow you're not getting what you need or what you want, or you've been wronged somehow. The reason I'm saying that, the reason I was talking about being a brat is that some days energetically you're not going to be feeling it. You're going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed, okay? And sometimes you're just going to have to realize that we have a physiology that sometimes it will happen. It will happen. Okay? Especially for women, we have a lot of highs and lows that happens during our life because of hormonal fluctuations, because that's part of our genetics, right? As women, that's how we go through the cycles of life and bear children, etc., and become the crone, as they say. We just go through all of this stuff, and some days you're just gonna, instead of, feeling like everybody's done me wrong, you are going to have to eventually go, well, maybe I'm being the brat. And that's why I mentioned it. Sometimes you're going to have to say, well, I'm not always going to be right. But admit it. And you know what? If the people around you are kind, and you can admit it. You can say, I'm being a real brat right now, and there's just nothing I can do about it. I've done this. I've said I've walked into a room and said, I can't do this. I can't do the routine. I can't do the sit and watch TV at night. I just can't. I can't do it. And I don't care what you say. And if anybody bugs me, I'm going to start screaming my head off. And it's like, I have a very good partner who reads. like the situation in the room, but I also give plenty of warning. So I don't come in shooting. I come in proclaiming I'm about to shoot. So he just kind of says, okay, well, is there anything I can do to make it feel better? Or do you need to go somewhere? Do we need to move around and change the scenery? Do you need something different? Do you need anything from me? And I think this is the part where I surrender the need of always being right. I know I'm wrong, and I let them be right. But I let me being wrong be okay. Okay? So I feel that's what came in. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to feel wrong. And as soon as you let go of that, of feeling the need of, like with the dog with the bone, you will feel yourself kind of just relaxing out of it. Trust me, it does work. It does work. It feels like the anger and the rage and everything. But you see, there's a lot of communication going on. A lot of back and forth. Communication is the key, because sometimes we speak words to people and they misunderstand. Or you misunderstand what they're saying. You need to try again. You need to almost like get a second opinion on what's been said and what was meant. Because what you say and what you mean sometimes are two very different things. You don't always mean to hurt people, but sometimes you do. And a word from you in explanation of the meaning can cancel a lot of hurt, can cancel a lot of anger. So that's one of the reasons I do what I do when I'm feeling like I'm going to go crazy and just start screaming in a room. I warn people that I'm about to do it. And a lot of the time, there's a conversation that happens before anything happens, which is a great nullifier. So, give others the gift of letting them be right, or letting them help you. Be yielding, not rigid, yielding. And I think that's the thing. Because when you come in with guns a-blazing in an argument, and I'm talking about arguments, you become very rigid. You know, it's like your mind is made up. You go in, just full bore. And it will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Absolutely. Give other people a chance to help you. Give them a chance to be right. And it's not be right to prove you wrong, but be right to help you. Be right to help you. Okay. So, I guess they found the need to do that, which is kind of strange because I mentioned it and it felt off, but it keeps you away from this and it leaves the light open. Okay? So, I guess they want to talk about your relationship with others and the communication that we have with them. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Page of Crystals, Ideas and Discipline. Had him yesterday. Four of Feathers, Sanctuary, and Rest. Oh, yes. When you're feeling this way, Sanctuary and Rest is like the best thing ever. Pisces. Six of Shells, Sentiment and Joy. Yeah. And the Six of Crystals, Synergy and Gratitude. We also had these coming in earlier this week. See, what I notice right away is that they're like all single here, right? This is you with the ideas and the discipline of who you are. You also have the Sanctuary and Rest, which I will say, most of the time if you're feeling really off, Pisces, try to find a place to have a rest. Go for a walk. Change your mind. Go for coffee with a friend. I don't know. Just get yourself out of the present situation. I'll give you a trick. Just imagine yourself walking out of that black cloud of energy. Literally. Like if I was thinking to myself right here, I have a black cloud of energy, I would get up and imagine myself walking away from it and leaving it here. Like right in the spot here. To kind of dissipate and fall to the ground and then go back into the earth. I wouldn't want it to hit anybody, but I would imagine myself walking away from that black mist that I'm I feel that I'm surrounded with, okay? So resting, changing the way you're going, healing what needs to be healed, and then recapturing sentiment, joy. This could be reconnection to people that make you feel good. I know when I'm having bad moments, there's specific people that I love to be around that help change my point of view, change my mind, change just the energy in the room. They're fantastic. You also have the Six of Crystals, synergy and gratitude. Then it's time to bring that back in. Okay? I feel like they're saying today, yeah, this is how to bring you back to center. We keep talking about that. And when I say center, I mean your heart. The good, the high vibing feeling, the good feelings of you, Pisces. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? Okay. And my phone agrees. So here we go. Transformation. Yeah. They're also reminding you that going through these growing pains, there's that Wheel of Fortune. There's that 10. My attention to it invites it in. That's a 10. The cycle and shift. This is part of life. This is part of life. You have the 9 of Crystals, which is security and abundance. Okay. I feel that that's like mirrored, so it's fine, okay, between these two. I love that there's the 2 6 of Shells and the 6 of Crystals, but they're in pairs here. Yeah. Transformation is transitioning and liberation of the old ways of thinking. This is like, I feel like they're saying this is the way to, saying, first of all, they understand that it's not easy. It's never easy to notice something and then try to do something about it. Usually if you listen to any of Abraham's, she says it's almost next to impossible to get out of that. Maybe, but there's certain things that you can possibly help yourself with. I've started days where I felt bad, or the middle of the day felt bad, and then I ended the day in a much better note. Maybe it wasn't 100% high flying, but it was a lot better, and I went to bed without tears or anger. So there's definitely a way for you to shift things. You can get really proficient at it, where your days won't be so atrocious, so terrible, okay? And a lot of it has to do with rest and feelings of joy, feelings of happiness. Paint by numbers, paint by diamonds, something I was introduced to recently. Love it. It's a form of meditation. You just kind of numbingly do it, and your energy kind of slows and quiets and changes, okay? You have the 9 of Crystals. It's this is the bounty of you. This is the security and abundance. These are the things that you want to mirror in your life, that you want to pay attention to, that you want to bring in at all costs. Queen of Shells. 10 of Shells. And King of Acorns. There we go. Yeah, when these cycles and shifts happen here, this transformation, it's sometimes hard to get the intuitive hits. The Queen of Shells is the Queen of Cups, to get the peace and compassion. But it's not impossible to do, Pisces. It isn't impossible. Again, this side almost feels like they're saying concentrate on your well-being and blessings, and you can turn it around. You can go from not being able to feel it to being able to feel it. Okay? Look at this octopus in the middle. All I can think of is like sucking the life out of you, right? Yeah, don't get in its way, right? Don't get in its way. Just let it leave on its own. And the one thing that I really felt in this reading this morning is don't be so rough on yourself when these things happen, because they will. They will happen. Something somewhere is gonna just screw you up and screw up your energy. And the last thing you need to do is to just live, after getting through it or going through it, to live in a state of berating yourself for having fallen into that energy. Because you could be trying to do everything, you're reading all the right books, you know, the ones that I'm suggesting, and you're wearing your butterfly rings, and you're listening to the wonderful music, and then something comes around and slap you upside the head, and here you are right here. Okay? Just check on yourself. See what can be done. Can you walk away from it? Can you communicate like I do with my husband and say, I can't do this, and see if they come back and help you out? Can you surrender the need or the dog with the bone mentality that you have and just let things be? Can you rest? Can you meditate? Can you shift your perspective? Can you realize that there's patterns if this has happened before? That you fall in this trap many, many times? Is there some kind of healing you need to do? Some kind of reconnection to center? Now, what you can do is you can either let this suck the life out of you, or you can also fight for your life to try and get out of it. Sometimes that works, sometimes not so much. But the thing is to stay optimistic and innovative in the way that you see things, okay? Don't give up on yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself, they're saying. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to have a journey, have a path. And it includes all of this. It includes all of this yuckiness. And sometimes the best thing to do is just to realize that part in itself. And don't give up. Just don't give up. These things, these energies, these moments where you feel this way, hopefully, as you are progressing in implementing a better energy in your life, they will be few and not as many for sure. Less and less a part of you that needs to be dealt with. But when they do come in, and you feel like they're taking you off your tracks, just remember how far you've come and that it's normal. It's normal. That's it. In this lifetime, it's normal. All right, my beautiful Pisces, I'm going to let you go with this. I'm going to come back and send my attention to it, invites it in. This is going to be the last reading for today. If you've enjoyed this, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and I will see you later. Take care.